G'day guys, today we're going to be taking a look at Perfect Dark on not only our original R36S, but also our R36S clone. The original N64 game does not run very well on these handhelds, but thankfully there is a version over on Portmaster. We'll be doing everything on a Windows PC today, so you don't need any internet access on the handheld itself. Let's get into it. We're over on our Windows 11 PC now, and to get started we do need to download a few things. We've just opened up Google Chrome and gone to the Portmaster website, portmaster.games, which I will link down in the description below. From here we want to click Games at the very top, click in the search box and type in Perfect. The top result should be Perfect Dark, we'll just click on that once. Want to scroll down a little bit and click on Download. It's not very big at around 5 meg, so it shouldn't take too long to download. If we scroll down a little bit further, it does mention we need a very specific Perfect Dark ROM. NTSC Final, US version 1.1, US revision 1. Since it is copyright, you will have to source it yourself. Thankfully, it does mention the MD5 checksum, so we can compare that to our ROM just to make sure we have the correct version. We can easily calculate our ROM's checksum using a free online tool, md5file.com/calculator. I will also link this one down in the description below. We just want to click Choose Files, navigate to where our Perfect Dark ROM is. For me, it's under Downloads. It should automatically generate some checksums. The one we're interested in is the MD5, which is the top one. It starts with E0 and ends in C1E40F. If we go back to the Portmaster tab, we can see this one also starts with E0 and ends in C1E40F. It looks like we do have the correct ROM. There is one more thing we need to do. Since we are using a fresh install of the latest version of dArkOS, we do need to manually update Portmaster. To do that, we can go back to the Portmaster page, click on Portmaster at the very top, click on Installation, click on the download link at the very top, and we want to download install full portmaster.sh. It's around 477 meg. If you've already updated Portmaster on your handheld, you won't need to do this step. Once everything's finished downloading, we can close off Chrome and open up our downloads folder. Inside we should have our Perfect Dark zip, as well as our Portmaster install script, and our Perfect Dark ROM. We just want to extract Perfect Dark, just right click on it. If you're on Windows 11, you may need to click Show More Options. You can click Extract All, but I always like to use 7-zip. With that extracted, we want to copy our Perfect Dark ROM. Just click on it, Control-C, open up the Perfect Dark folder. Inside we should have a Perfect Dark script and another Perfect Dark folder. Open up that Perfect Dark folder and paste your Perfect Dark ROM in here. Once that's done, we just want to insert the SD card from our R36S into our computer. We want to go back one folder to where we have our Perfect Dark folder and our Perfect Dark script. We want to copy both of these files. Just highlight them, Control-C. Open up our EasyROMs partition, go down to the ports folder, and paste them in here. If you haven't already updated Portmaster on your handheld, you'll also need to copy the Portmaster install script over. So back to our downloads folder, click on our script, Control-C to copy it, go back to our EasyROMs partition. This time go down to our tools folder, and we want to paste it in here. That's pretty much it. Once it's finished copying, we can safely eject our SD card and put it back into our R36S. So we put the SD card back in and powered it back on. Now it's finished booting, we'll go down to ports and we'll try and run Perfect Dark. Keep in mind, I haven't updated Portmaster, so we'll see what happens. As you can see, it doesn't actually load. It just crashes and then takes us back to the ports menu. So to update Portmaster, we want to go back to the main menu, go down to Options, Tools, go down to Install Full Portmaster, and press A. The full install should only take a few minutes. Once it's finished updating or installing, it should kick us back to the options menu. From here, we can just go back to the main menu, and now our Perfect Dark port should work, but I think before we try the port, we should try the original N64 version, just so we can compare the two. So this is using the stock N64 settings, I haven't changed anything. Apparently the Rice core is the best core for this. So I'll open up the RetroArch menu, just pressing FN, go down to Core Options, go all the way down to Graphics Plugin, and it is already set to Rice, so this is the best possible graphics plugin that we can use for this. We don't need to change anything, so we'll close out of the RetroArch menu and try the actual game. So far it doesn't seem too bad. It has frozen for a few seconds though. It took about 10 seconds to load the main menu. So it is pretty laggy so far. We'll go New Agent. We'll just call it Dark. That's fine. I think we'll try Combat Simulator, just to get us straight into some action. Might go down to Quick Start. Player and Simulants, and finished. So there are some texture issues straight away we can see. The skybox at the top doesn't look quite right. Otherwise, the game doesn't seem to be playing too badly. Oops, something's just happened. The lights have turned off, it looks like. Or the whole game's just actually gone dark. Yeah, so not really playable, very, very buggy, and we are dead. You pretty much can't see anything. We'll quit out of this, and we'll try the Portmaster port. Just going down to Ports, and Perfect Dark. It loaded almost straight away, which is good. It does look a lot better visually as well. Everything is super smooth and fast. We do still have that same single line at the very top of the screen. Not too sure what's going on there, but first impressions are pretty good. We'll go new agent, obviously, call it Dark again. We'll go back down to Combat Sim, go down to Quick Start, Players and Sims, Finished, and Start Game. So it loaded instantly, which is good. There doesn't seem to be any graphical glitches just yet. The controls are pretty intuitive. The left joystick moves you around, and the right joystick looks around. A opens doors and interacts with objects. X reloads. Y and B changes weapons. Holding L1 brings up the Quick Equip menu. I did just die. R1 toggles between attack styles. R2 attacks and fires. And L2 brings up the crosshair. We'll try again, this time focusing a bit more. I may have to pick the device up. Hopefully it doesn't move around too much. I don't have any weapons yet. And I'm dead again. I'm not very good at this. It is hard to film and try and play at the same time though. So I don't have any weapons. Lots of ammo though. Finally got something, so press B to change to it. And I'm dead again. We might quit out of this combat sim and we'll try the actual game. So pressing start brings up the main menu. Use the D-pad to change the tabs. And we want control and end game. We won't save. I will say all the controls are really intuitive and they are really comfortable to use. There's no awkward key maps. We'll go back and we'll go down to solo missions. Mission 1. We'll do agent since I'm not the best. It loaded instantly. There was literally no delay. And it does seem to be running perfectly smooth as well. Look into the distance. Yeah, everything looks great. It's a little bit dark on the camera, but it looks really good in person. There's a light switch, I think. That turns the lights on and off. Yeah, I'd say this works perfectly. A really, really good way to play Perfect Dark on the R36S. I think we'll quit out of this and see how well it runs on our clone. We're over on our clone now, and we're running the last version of dArkOS K36, as you can see here. And we just followed the exact same steps as our non-clone to get Perfect Dark copied over and Portmaster installed. So let's go down to ports and see if Perfect Dark actually runs. Took about 2 seconds to load this time, but it does seem perfectly smooth. Pretty much identical to our non-clone. We'll try Combat Sim just to make sure. Go down to Quick Start, Player and Sim, and finish. So it loaded instantly. So straight away, our right joystick, which looks around, left and right is inverted on it. That is a bit of a shame. We'll see if there's any options to change the input. Might have to go to endgame. The left joystick works perfectly at least. Maybe advanced setup, options. So that's just game options. Here we go, options menu. I'll just press right on the main menu, go down to control. Reverse pitch would be inverted up and down, not left and right. We might see if we can change the control style. So we can select between different presets, but we can't actually change the joystick. The inverted left and right on the right joystick is a bit unfortunate. I will look into it, and if I find a fix, I'll post it down in the description. Overall, the Perfect Dark Portmaster port does run pretty much flawlessly as far as performance goes, but we did have a slight issue with the right joystick on our clone. I will look into the joystick issue a bit more, and as mentioned, if I do find a fix, I'll post it down in the description below. This is easily the best way to play Perfect Dark on your R36S though. Way better than the N64 version. It's a shame there's no GoldenEye port available just yet, but hopefully at some point in the future it does get made. I think that'll do it for today. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.